Welcome back, everybody, to the deep dive. This time we're taking a deep dive into the world of marine electronics.
Ooh.
All the cool tech that keeps boats on course and keeps them connected. And you might be surprised to hear this, but the marine electronics market is absolutely booming right now.
Yeah, it's really exploding.
It's not just about having the fanciest gadgets, anymore.
Right.
It's about safety. It's about connectivity.
Mm-hmm.
It's even about environmental monitoring.
Absolutely.
In fact, this market is projected to hit over $8 billion
Wow.
by 2030.
That's a lot of growth.
So $8.11 billion.
Yeah, it really speaks to just how important this technology is becoming, both for recreational boaters and commercial vessels.
Absolutely. And I think what's interesting about that is that it's not just about having the latest and greatest anymore. It's about having tech that can actually handle,
Right.
the ocean.
The unpredictable nature of the ocean.
Yeah, the harsh conditions.
Exactly. You need something that's going to be reliable, that's going to be durable.
Yeah, so let's break it down a little bit.
Okay.
What kind of marine electronics are we talking about here?
Well, broadly speaking, we can divide them into two main categories: communication electronics and navigational electronics.
Okay, so let's start with communications.
Sounds good.
These are all the electronics that are keeping mariners connected, right?
Exactly. So we're talking about things like radios, satellite phones,
Okay.
even TV antennas.
Wait, TV antennas, I thought those were a thing of the past.
Not on the open water out there. They're still vital for picking up signals for things like GPS and internet connectivity.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that makes sense because you're out there.
You're miles offshore. You need the way to stay connected.
Yeah, and I bet internet's pretty important when you're out there.
Absolutely crucial.
Okay, TV antennas, that makes sense. What about like the VHF radios?
Of course, VHF radio is a staple of maritime communication. It's what's used for ship-to-ship communication, ship-to-shore communication.
Right.
Really essential for safety, especially for larger vessels.
Yeah, especially if you need to get in touch with like the Coast Guard or something.
Absolutely. It's a technology that has saved countless lives.
Wow. So speaking of safety, what about these marine cameras you mentioned?
Right.
What about thermal cameras?
Yeah, these are becoming increasingly popular, especially on larger vessels.
Okay.
So think of marine cameras as like a security system for the sea.
Oh, interesting.
They give you a visual on your surroundings, both inside and outside the boat.
Okay, so you can see like what's around you.
Exactly. You can keep an eye on things. But where things get really interesting is with thermal cameras.
Ooh, okay, tell me more.
These cameras can actually detect heat differences, even in complete darkness.
Whoa.
So imagine you're navigating through fog, or it's the middle of the night. Thermal cameras can help you spot things that would be completely invisible to the naked eye.
Oh, that's so cool.
Things like icebergs, small vessels, even people in the water.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that would be really helpful.
Absolutely. It's a game changer for safety and navigation.
Yeah, it's like having superhuman vision on your boat.
Exactly. And that brings us to the second category, navigational electronics,
Okay.
which are essentially the backbone of modern maritime transportation.
Okay, so we're thinking beyond just like a GPS, right?
Like, GPS is just one piece of the puzzle. We're also talking about things like radar, which is crucial for detecting objects and navigating safely, especially in low visibility conditions.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't realize there were different types of radar.
There are indeed.
What are those?
So you have things like cyclone radar, which is excellent for separating objects that are far away.
Oh, so like a really good zoom feature.
Exactly. It's like having a super powerful zoom lens on your boat.
Okay.
Then you have radome radar, which is a more enclosed system, often used on smaller boats because it's more compact and easier to install.
Got it.
And finally, you have open array radar, which is the top-of-the-line system for large vessels. It gives you the most detailed picture of your surroundings.
So like a high-def view.
Absolutely. It's like having a high-definition 3D map of the surrounding waters.
Wow, okay, so I'm gathering that choosing the right radar depends a lot on like what size boat you have and what you're using it for.
Exactly. It all depends on your specific needs.
Okay, cool. So what about GPS then?
Well, GPS is pretty standard on most boats these days, but the technology behind it is far more advanced than just a simple map on your phone.
Right.
We're talking about intricate systems of sonar modules, chart plotter displays, transducers, and various sensors.
Okay, you mentioned sonar modules.
Yes.
How do those work?
So think of sonar modules like a bass echolocation system.
Oh, interesting.
They send out sound waves that bounce off objects underwater.
Oh, cool.
And that creates a detailed sound picture of the seafloor and any obstacles.
Oh, wow. So it's not just about knowing like where you are on the surface, but also what's underneath.
Exactly. It's about having a complete understanding of your surroundings.
Okay, awesome. But you mentioned one more type of navigational equipment,
Right.
autopilot instruments.
Ah, yes, autopilot.
What is that all about?
So autopilot is essentially self-driving for boats. It's a self-steering system that can maintain a set course, even in challenging conditions.
Wow, that's amazing. How does that even work?
It's all thanks to a complex system involving a control head, a drive unit, a network of sensors, and a control unit.
Okay.
This setup allows the boat to essentially steer itself, which can be incredibly helpful, especially in rough seas or when you need to focus on other tasks.
Wow, yeah, I can see that being really helpful.
And here's a bonus. It can optimize steering to save fuel.
Oh, that's a nice perk.
Definitely. So we've got all this incredible technology helping us communicate and navigate, but I imagine there's a catch.
Yeah, I was going to say, all this fancy technology must be incredibly sensitive, especially out on the open ocean.
You're absolutely right. The biggest challenge with marine electronics is durability.
Yeah.
These devices need to be incredibly tough.
Right.
They're constantly exposed to salt water, which is highly corrosive.
Right, you can't just pull over to the side of the road.
Exactly. If something breaks down at sea, getting it repaired can be a nightmare.
So how do we ensure that these devices can actually withstand, all of the elements out on the open ocean?
That's where die casting comes in.
So die casting, is that the secret sauce to making these electronics tough enough for the marine environment?
It's a big part of it, yeah.
Okay, I gotta admit, when I hear die casting, I'm thinking, toy cars,
Right.
not really these super complex electronics.
Yeah, that's a common misconception.
Okay.
Die casting is used for toys, but it's also a very sophisticated process.
Okay.
And it's used to create these incredibly precise and durable parts for all sorts of things,
Okay.
especially marine electronics,
Got it.
where strength and resilience are non-negotiable.
Okay, so maybe I need a little die casting 101.
Okay, sure.
What exactly is happening in this process?
So basically, it involves injecting molten metal into a mold under high pressure,
Okay.
and that creates a solid metal part that's incredibly strong and can be shaped with incredible detail.
Okay, so what kind of metal are we talking about here? I mean, I imagine saltwater corrosion is a pretty big concern.
Absolutely, you're right on the money there.
Yeah.
While various metals can be used, aluminum is really the gold standard for marine electronics.
Okay, why aluminum? What makes it so well suited for this kind of environment?
Well, first and foremost, it's highly resistant to corrosion,
Right. Gotta have that.
which is obviously crucial for anything that's going to be exposed to salt water.
Yeah, but I'm guessing there's more to it than just that.
You're right, there's a lot more to aluminum than meets the eye.
Okay.
It's incredibly versatile.
Okay.
It can be alloyed with other metals to create a wide range of properties.
So you can kind of tweak it.
Exactly. You can fine-tune it to meet your specific needs.
Wow.
Plus, it can be die-cast with incredible precision,
Oh,
meaning we can create parts that are both strong and incredibly intricate.
so you're getting those really complex shapes.
Exactly.
Oh, wow. So it's tough, it's adaptable, and you can make some really complex designs with it.
And here's another bonus. Some aluminum alloys are particularly well suited for electrical applications, which makes them perfect for housing those sensitive electronic components inside marine devices.
So it's like the perfect material.
It's a trifecta. Durability, precision, and electrical conductivity.
Wow, all in one little package.
All in one saltwater-resistant package.
That's awesome. So if someone was looking for a company that specializes in this kind of work for marine electronics,
Yeah.
what would you recommend?
Well, a company that comes to mind is Sunrise Casting.
Okay.
They're experts in aluminum die casting, particularly for marine applications.
So they really know their stuff.
They really know their stuff. They've been doing it for years.
Okay, great to know. So thinking bigger picture here, it seems like die casting is only going to become more important as the marine electronics market keeps growing.
Absolutely. As technology advances, we're going to see even more sophisticated devices being used on boats of all sizes.
Right.
Autonomous vessels, advanced sonar systems, even more integrated communication networks.
Yeah, we're really pushing the limits here.
All of these require robust and reliable components, and die casting will be there to deliver.
Okay, so we're talking about these tiny components that have to withstand so much out on the open water.
Right, we're talking about incredible pressure, harsh conditions.
Yeah.
Salt water, you name it.
No room for error.
Absolutely not. The tolerances in die casting are incredibly tight,
I bet.
often measured in thousandths of an inch.
Wow.
And when you're dealing with salt water and constant vibration, there's absolutely no room for error.
Yeah, things really have to work.
They do.
So what does this mean for the future of marine electronics? What kind of innovations are we going to see in die casting?
That's a great question. One area I think we're likely to see a lot of development is in material science.
Okay.
Researchers are constantly working on new aluminum alloys
Okay.
that are even more resistant to corrosion,
Even tougher?
even tougher,
Okay.
and can handle even higher temperatures.
Wow. Okay, so even more resilient
Mhm.
materials.
Exactly.
Interesting. But what about the designs themselves? Are we going to see any big changes there?
Definitely, as electronics become more complex, the designs of the die-cast components have to keep pace.
Okay.
We'll likely see more intricate shapes and thinner walls
Okay.
while maintaining or even exceeding the same level of strength and durability.
So more delicate balance.
Exactly. It's a delicate dance.
I imagine things like computer modeling and 3D printing are playing a role in that.
Absolutely. Those technologies are essential for designing and testing new die-cast components.
Okay.
They allow engineers to create virtual prototypes
Right.
and simulate how they'll perform under real-world conditions,
Oh, that's cool.
all before any metal is even poured.
So it's like you're testing it before you even make it.
Exactly. It's incredibly efficient,
Yeah.
saves a lot of time and resources in the development process,
So you're not wasting a bunch of metal.
Exactly.
It's not going to work.
and it allows for a much greater degree of innovation.
Okay.
Engineers can experiment with different designs and materials without needing to create expensive and time-consuming physical prototypes.
That makes sense. You know, I never really thought about the role that die casting plays in this whole world.
It's an often overlooked aspect,
Yeah.
but it's absolutely crucial to how these devices function in such demanding conditions.
Yeah.
Without die casting, we wouldn't have the reliable and durable electronics that we need to stay safe and connected out on the water.
It's really eye-opening. So for the average boater, someone who's listening to this,
Yeah.
what's the main takeaway when it comes to their marine electronics?
I'd say the key thing to remember is that while these devices are built to be tough, they're not invincible.
Right.
Regular maintenance and inspections are absolutely crucial to keep them in good working order.
Okay, so just like with a car, you got to get it checked out.
Exactly. Preventative maintenance is key.
Okay.
Make sure you're familiar with the manufacturer's recommendations for your specific equipment.
Yeah.
And if you have any concerns, don't hesitate to consult with a qualified marine electronics technician.
Okay, great advice. So looking ahead, what can we expect to see in the coming years when it comes to marine electronics and die casting?
Well, the possibilities are really exciting.
Yeah.
As we move towards more autonomous vessels, we'll need even more sophisticated and reliable electronics to keep them operating safely and effectively.
So even more demanding requirements for die casting.
Precisely. We'll need to push the boundaries of material science and design
Yeah.
to create components that can handle this increased complexity and, of course, the ever-present challenges of the marine environment.
It really seems like the future of marine electronics is very closely tied to innovations in die casting.
Absolutely. The two are inextricably linked.
Yeah.
And as we continue to explore the vast potential of the ocean, die casting will be there every step of the way,
Awesome.
ensuring that our electronics can keep up with our ambitions.
Yeah, it really is amazing to think about how these die casting advancements are going to shape how we explore the ocean.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's like unlocking possibilities we could only dream of before.
Yeah, and it's not just about making things tougher, right?
Right.
It's about making them smarter, more adaptable to the environment.
Exactly. We're asking a lot from marine electronics.
Yeah.
And die casting is rising to the challenge every time.
Yeah, and we're seeing that in all sorts of ways, right?
Yeah.
Miniaturization, integration,
Absolutely.
like you said, new materials.
New materials that we could have never imagined before.
Yeah, it really does feel like we're on the cusp of a whole new chapter
It does.
of ocean exploration, and die casting is a big part of that story.
I completely agree. And, if we zoom out for a second and think about the bigger picture,
Yeah.
this isn't just about boats and ships.
Right.
These technologies have implications for a whole bunch of other industries.
Like what?
Underwater robotics, offshore energy exploration, even environmental monitoring.
So it's like a ripple effect.
Exactly.
One innovation leads to another, and suddenly we're seeing progress across all these different areas.
It's truly remarkable.
So many possibilities.
Endless possibilities. And that brings us to a question for you, our listener.
Oh, okay.
As we continue to push the boundaries of marine technology, what role do you see die casting playing in the future of our oceans? What new materials, new designs, or even completely new applications can you imagine?
Yeah, that is a great question to ponder, for sure.
Definitely something to think about.
One thing that's clear, though, is that die casting is going to be a major player
Absolutely.
in how marine electronics evolve. And as we've seen in this deep dive, it's a fascinating field.
It is.
So much potential there.
So much innovation happening all the time.
Well, folks, that's about all the time we have for today's deep dive into the world of marine electronics and die casting.
Fascinating topic.
We hope you enjoyed the journey.
Yeah.
Remember, the ocean is this vast and mysterious place.
It is.
And thanks to these incredible technologies,
Absolutely.
we're just beginning to uncover all of its secrets.
Scratching the surface.
Until next time, keep exploring.
Keep learning.
Keep diving deep.